Good afternoon. I want to address some concerns we've seen with some social media posts and people's ethical concerns of what we're doing as a company and what we're doing with that. So, in this presentation, I kind of want to go over that and what social media looks like as a company, what we do in our personal lives, and what we can do to hold each other accountable within these things and ultimately have a better response because of it. So, first off, I want to start with freedom. And a couple of bullet points I want to go over is VisionTech has a moral obligation to ensure that its AI-enabled products do not infringe on users' privacy and dignity. Employees should be allowed to voice their concerns as freedom of expression, an essential aspect of human dignity. Misinformation that might mislead the public or other employees. So first off, I want to say that in terms when it comes to social media and what we do in our personal lives, we all have an obligation to have some sort of freedom of speech, that we cannot silence what we put on there, and it's not up to us to regulate what you do in your personal time or how you deal with that. However, I want to point out that putting certain things on the internet in terms of social media and posts about some understandings, some ethical concerns you may have with our product or with the company might lead to misinformation to others who buy the product or even other people in the company. It can really lead to not good scenarios and not good circumstances for us personally or the company in general, even if we might not understand what is going on. I now want to go into transparency. Like, what does transparency look like within the company, and what does that even look like with social media? 2 points I want to bring up is ignoring or suppressing ethical concerns could be seen as violating the moral duty to act with integrity. As a company or me myself, I do not want to ignore or suppress your concerns because they are very, very close to us, and we want to know those, and we want to make sure that you are heard within the company. Open discussions about ethical implications of the product, especially regarding brainwave data collection, should be encouraged within the company. Once again, I want it to be very clear about how we're using this technology, and why we're using it, and how it's being used. My biggest concern is ignoring you as an employee. Like, what are your concerns? What can we do to make you feel seen? What can we do to make you feel comfortable with our product? I believe going to social media might not be the best way to post about our company and what it is, because as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, no communication between me and you or somebody else has been there, and I want to know what the concern is and how it's going. This brings me into kind of like the action aspect of this whole thing. So with all that being said, you have a right to say whatever you need to or whatever you think about what's going on. That is okay. We want to know that. And two, I want transparency between us as an employee, to really know what you have problems with and what's going on. So this leads us to action. So I want to point out, if you have a problem or if you have an ethical concern, please immediately go to a manager or supervisor or me personally, because I want to know. We all want to know why you don't agree with things. That is okay. You do not have to agree with everything, and that is natural. However, I don't want us as people to go to social media to express those actions without a open communication between us and what's going on. If you see someone that else that has a problem, please talk to them and encourage them to come to a manager once again or me to really talk about it and really unpack those issues. That is very important. We really want to be open about the issue, and ultimately, at the end of it all, we need to formulate a plan on how is this ethical issue contributing to the company or contributing to your personal life? Like, what is the problem there? And that really starts with just having a conversation. Once again, going to social media and showing everybody else your concerns. Yes, we have to talk about things, but really going to somebody within the company and talking about it to them, because you may not know all what's going on anyway. You may know even very little about what's going on, and that's okay. But in order to know more, you have to ask questions. You have to go to somebody. And that's what I really, really want to drive home is please come to me and talk to me. Because then we can formulate a plan on what we can do for the future, and how we can better help each other.